Chair recognizes Ms. Pressley.
Thank you. The United States Postal Service is much more than a delivery system. It is a lifeline. People depend on it for medications, checks, ballots, and much more. But Mr. DeJoy, your leadership has placed this lifeline at risk. Your decisions to diminish services and consolidate processing plants have had devastating impacts on my constituents in the Massachusetts 7th. One constituent from Somerville reports missing checks and legal documents, describing how she repeatedly contacted USPS only to have her cases closed with false assurances. I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record this constituent letter from May 2024.
Without objection, so ordered.
Another constituent in Grove Hall waited for time-sensitive letters regarding her Social Security disability benefits that never arrived. I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record this constituent letter from August 2024.
Without objection, so ordered.
These are not isolated incidents. More than 80 Roxbury residents signed a letter to my office regarding the understaffed local post office. Here is an excerpt. It's common for customers to have to wait 30 to 45 minutes for service, and frequently no one is at any of the windows. The building often feels abandoned. They go on to describe delivery services and issues. Mail service in the surrounding zip codes has been similarly terrible for years now, despite truly wonderful mail carriers. We frequently experience issues such as mail delays of 2 to 4 weeks, lost mail, misdelivered mail, and mail left outside of mailboxes. One constituent even reported being unable to pay their rent due to the delivery of a late Social Security check. I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record this constituent letter from April 2024.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. DeJoy, maybe if Congress should pass a law that forces you to receive all your income and prescriptions via postal mail, would you think it acceptable to have to wait a month or more to pay your bills or to take your medication, yes or no? Do you think it's acceptable, yes or no?
I don't think it's acceptable.
Okay, thank you. And I'm just curious, having listened to your testimony earlier today, and since you agree this is not an acceptable cadence of service, what grade would you give yourself?
I would give myself an A.
Okay, I vigorously disagree with that assessment.
I knew you would.
I would certainly give you a failing grade. What immediate actions will you take to restore reliable services in communities like Roxbury, Grove Hall, and Hyde Park, and Somerville in my district?
Well, in terms of general actions, it's the same actions and efforts that I have taken since I walked in the door here 4 years ago to try and improve the Postal Service. My staff will take down the names of the cities you asked about, and I will look into them specifically. All
right. During unannounced visits to Roxbury and Grove Hall branches, I want to transition into workforce for a moment. I saw firsthand that workers are demoralized and under-resourced, leaving communities underserved. I'm grateful to the American Postal Workers Union for raising the alarm on this and standing up for their members. On your watch, Mr. DeJoy, the USPS has been undermined across the board and even prompted audits of postal operations throughout Boston neighborhoods. Ms. Hull, after complaints from my office and others in the Massachusetts delegation, the Office of the Inspector General, in fact, launched an investigation. I look forward to reading that forthcoming report on these audits. In the meantime, how can my constituents who continue to struggle unjustly with USPS services when they have concerns around where should they communicate? Via hotline, a website, or other means?
Yeah, our hotline is definitely open and available. We get a number of hotline complaints, probably this last year about 350,000 complaints. We use those complaints. We obviously can't respond to every single one, but we use data analytics very effectively to identify hotspots around the country.
What is the hotline?
Our hotline, you can go to our website at uspsoig.gov, and there's a hotline form. All those complaints come in, and we look at all of them using data analytics to identify where hotspots are occurring, and use that to inform where we do audit work and investigative work as well.
All right, thank you very much. You know, it is, in fact, the collective action of my constituents and those from communities across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that brought attention to these issues, and I'm proud to stand alongside them. And Mr. DeJoy will keep the pressure up until we see a restoration of equitable, reliable services, because every community deserves exactly that. Thank you, and I yield back.